Hey y'all, it's Taylor from Tattooed Teacher Plans. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Today we're doing a memory spread. So I'm going to be doing some memory keeping today of the week of May 18th through the 24th, which happened to be our last week of school. We did have a couple of work days over here, but this was basically it. We had graduation on Saturday and it was weird, to be honest with you. So we're going to get into it. But before we do, let's look at the kit. So I'm using this simple kit from Sadie Stickers. It has gold foil. It's gorgeous. I'm like obsessed with this box right here. It's just so pretty. I love this kit so much, and the colors are gorge. We've got some boxes here. And then I'm going to use, I think, the green. This color of green looks like jadeite, which I have a couple of jadeite bowls that I got in an antique shop, and I think this color is just gorgeous. I hope that the color is coming off true, because it has just a tinge, I was gonna say just a smidge of blue in it. It's so gorgeous. I love it. And then we've got this page with the date covers and the bottom washi. So I think we're ready to get started. Got some pictures up here I'm going to include, and of course I've got my daily insert for my EC folio that has my notes for what happened this week, because I'm filming this like the week after. So I think we are ready to get started, so let's do it. So I'm going to use the bottom washi as is, so I'm just getting rid of the darker lines just so they're out of the way. And then I'm going to put the lighter strip with the foil on top, and then I'm going to leave a little bit of space between those two and put in this beautiful green washi. So pretty. I love the pops of the green in this kit. I really like how simple the bottom washi is this week too. It just looks really simple and pretty, which I guess this kit is called simple, so. And then I'm putting in the headers across the top. Of course, I'm going to use the green because it's just so pretty. And this has like really subtle like matte gold foil. I don't have any matte gold in my collection, but I think mixing matte and shiny is fine. It all kind of looks cohesive at the end. So I'm pulling out some date covers. I decided to go with these fun circle ones, just because it's a little bit different and I haven't ever used them before. And so I'm pulling out some options, but I think the circle ones just kind of give it a little bit of a more modern feel, which is what I get from this kit. Very clean. Here is the spread that I am basing this kit on. The plan with me is up if you would like to go and watch it. I love that spread. I thought it was so fun. So I am putting down my date dots. And you have to be a little bit careful with Wednesday because the writing, the actual word Wednesday kind of goes out a little bit to the left, but once you get it down on paper, it looks just fine. So I'm just putting those across the top, and I did get the numbers right. Almost always I get a date cover wrong in my memory planner. I don't know why. I think I just am doing it quickly and I just put them in the wrong spot. Okay, so for my journaling section over here, I'm starting with this box that says, it has a little print in it, and it says, keep life simple. I like that a lot. And then I just used one of the flags to create a little this week header. And then at the bottom, I'm going to put in this really pretty picture of a living room at the bottom. And then I will come back and finish up this journaling section when I get to the end. So we're going to start with Monday. And first thing I wanted to mark on Monday, so I had a big project this week, which was working on digging out a flower bed and planting it on kind of the front of my house. And I've always wanted to do something there. I just haven't had the motivation to. And I knew it was going to take a lot of work and a lot of money for plants and soil. And I just wasn't feeling it. I've been in my house for over 3 years now, so it's time. So I started digging it out this day, but I did not finish it because I did it for like 2 hours. It's very hard work. And so, yeah, it was a lot. I also kind of replanted some of the grass that I dug up. I'm trying to get my yard like a little more cohesive when it comes to grass, but yeah, it was a big project. It took me pretty much all week. So I'm pulling in a little munchkin for later, and you'll see that in a minute. So down at the bottom, I was worn out by this activity this day, so I'm just pulling a couple Fox and Pip girls that I'm going to pull into the spread. I did watch some SVU. I'm still working on getting through the whole series. It was like something like 22 or 24 seasons. And I'm also starting in on my stack of new books. I got some books for my birthday, so I wanted to kind of start on some of those. I've been doing a lot more reading lately, which is really nice. When I finished grad school, I promised myself I was going to read more because I kind of put that on hold to get grad school done. And then I just never really like stepped it up. So I'm doing much better now. And one of the books that I got in the mail this day was my pre-ordered copy of The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins. And I made a note here that all other books are bumped for this one. It was really good. I liked it a lot. You get a lot of insight into the Hunger Games series. I'm hoping that maybe she does some more prequels or another trilogy or something, because I really like her writing. After I finished this book, I ended up rereading the Hunger Games books in about a week, and you just kind of get a little bit more background on how that world happened, which is really interesting to me. I always like that. I started a new show called Sweet Magnolias. It was really cute, but it was too short. It was only 10 episodes, I think, and it ended on a cliffhanger. But I have heard that they are going to do another season of it. Who knows when, though, with the virus and everything, but something to look forward to. I'm missing a couple things here. So on Wednesday, after my full box, I put in a couple pictures of my planting. It was a lot of work, y'all. A lot. But I got it done, and it looks really, really nice. It's starting to fill in, and it looks really nice. I do need to redo the edging because I don't have the strength to deal with the metal edging that I got. So that's a future project for later, but it's fine for now. But I did get everything planted this day. I went to the greenhouse in the morning, and it was really hot in there with my mask on, but I stayed for like an hour figuring out exactly what I wanted, and it just looks really good. I like it. I did have some videos go up this week, so I had my plan with me, of course, which was my birthday spread. It was really fun. And then final thoughts on distance learning on Wednesday, and a flip through of my teacher planner from this year, and then a memory spread on Friday, which you'll see in a minute. So I am going to kind of move a couple of the full boxes around in a little bit, but you'll see that. So I started with, on Thursday here, we had our last faculty Zoom meeting, which if you're a teacher and you had to do that, you know my pain. It just kind of like devolved into a bitch fest, and it wasn't fun at the end. It was not constructive. So if we have to do that again, we'll definitely take a different approach to that. But I have this little meme about mood, no audio, no video, which is totally how I was feeling after this. I pulled in the Gnaw sticker from Fox and Pip, and I love my people, I wrote here, but I'm over it. I was so over it. And then below that, I got to talk to one of my friends, Chantel. She works with me at school, and she's just hilarious. She is the funniest person. Her accent is just hilarious. And she is just a natural comedian, and we talked on the phone for like an hour, and I just miss her. She's like a light in our school, and it was just so nice to catch up with her and talk for a little bit. And that little phone is from Once More with Love. And then I also wanted to mark here that I caught up on last podcast on the left. They have since moved to Spotify like several months ago, and I forget to listen to them completely. So then I'll just like binge multiple episodes because I just forget, because they're not on my normal podcast app. And then on Friday here, this was our last day of school. I did it with a question mark because it was just weird, and I have this little munchkin working from home. It's the last day of school. Now, I have a tradition of going and getting a snow cone after school is over, and I always get the same flavor, Summer Breeze. It's strawberry and peach. It's delicious, and I always go to the same place because their ice is like so soft. So I still went and got my snow cone, but it just wasn't the same. And then on Saturday, our school put together a graduation video. So it wasn't live, but they did film the speeches. You can see in the picture here, I'm watching one of my former students do his valedictorian speech, and it was weird. It was really, really weird because I was sitting there in my pajamas watching graduation when normally I'm behind the stage making sure that they're all in the right spots and they're in the right order, and it just was so weird. I'm just kind of decorating with a few of my little graduation stickers here. They've got some gold foil on them, so I thought they would be kind of appropriate for that. And then on this half box, I added a couple little stickers here. I like the size of those. They're so tiny. And I watched the graduation video from my living room. Hopefully we don't have to do that again, but I guess it was better than nothing. And then below that, so weird. It was. And then below that, I'm going to pull in one of my emojis from Coffee Monsters Co., a little breakfast one, which are one of my favorites. And I made myself a badass breakfast. I made like biscuits and gravy and eggs and bacon and just kind of wallowing in my emotions from missing graduation. But it made me feel better. It was delicious and it made the day a little bit more special, I guess. So I'm going to move that full box over. And then that night, I just kind of took the day and just kind of felt everything and just was in it. And so I ordered pizza that night for dinner because it's my favorite. And then over here on Sunday, I put in this box with the little teacups, which is so cute. And then I have a couple pictures of my kitties because they were being especially cute that day. I love when Liberty curls up in that little ball. It's so cute. And then below that, I wanted to document this because this was the front of the New York Times. And it says US deaths near 100,000, an incalculable loss. And I wanted to remember that because this is so big. It's so historical. And I wanted to have a note of like that source there. That number is just so big. And like at this point, I'm filming this voiceover weeks after, like a month and a half after I actually did this thread. And the number is so much higher than that. And it's so big. Like, I don't even know I don't have the words. Okay, so we're gonna move to, I'm just gonna put this little munchkin there that has a little heart that's breaking. So over here on my journaling section, I wanted to include this funny little cartoon. It says quarantine day 60, which at this point we're like in the hundreds of quarantine. But this one was funny. It's talking to the cat, and she's like, "She did what?" And the cat's like, "Meow." And then what happened? So what did you do? And the cat, they're just having a conversation, and that was just like so funny to me because it feels real. And then my favorite moment of the week was finishing up school. And then I made a little note here that it was also the worst moment of the week because it just wasn't what we wanted it to be. And we couldn't do anything about that, but it was good to finish, but it was also kind of sad to finish. And then just to complete this spread, I'm going to, I have a tiny journaling section this week, but I put here, it didn't feel like the last week of school. No excitement, planning, hugs, or goodbyes. And that's what's special about the end of school is like you get to say goodbye and like send them on their way. And we didn't get that opportunity, it's just really sad. So here is the spread all done. It definitely wasn't a normal last week. It was just what it was. And I have to be okay with that and just move forward next year is another chance, I guess. But it was definitely odd, to say the least. There were definitely some good things, like talking to friends from school, especially on this day, and just like having a project and getting it done and like being able to look back at it and being like, I did that. Like, that's amazing. So I think things are balancing out, you know. It's not what we want, of course, but I'm just trying to find like the good in things, you know? Because I think that's all you can do. So I hope that you enjoyed this memory spread. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And I'll see you next time. Bye.